All right, music fans, welcome back. Harmless Dave here, talking real music in real time for a few real people out there, just like you and just like me. All right, another day in paradise here as the band that calls themselves the Guess Who are now getting legal threats, according to them. Legal threats. Doesn't sound good. I'm going to investigate this before I before I do that. Here's Lone Rider. So now I really like. I spent a lot of time promoting this a couple of years ago. No, the record label does not send me money. There's no money to be sent. They're not making any money. Even if I was working for them, they'd be like, yeah, we'll give you 10 cents every time you promote this. I'll be like, thanks for the 10 cents. So if I promote it for the entire month, you do the math. What's that add up to, right? 30 times 10, 10 cents. That won't get me a gallon of gas right now. So anyway, Lone Rider and their album Sundown, this is a little derivative of Bad Company, and I'm totally okay with that. All right. Simon Kirke playing drums on this. You may know him from, well, Bad Company, right? So, and Free, I think. Wasn't he in Free as well? So you've got Simon Kirke and the great Steve Overland from numerous projects, including FM, but this is classic rock right here. Okay. Now, another band that claims that they're classic rock is the current version of the Guess Who. And the story is getting very interesting here. Here's the story from the band's website. All right. The band themselves are now talking to their fans. They say, we would like to apologize to our fans who are unable to attend our recent shows. Well, wait a minute. The fans were able to attend, but the shows were canceled. As you may have seen in the news, legal threats made by the publisher of the classic Guess Who songs have caused some venues to decide not to proceed with scheduled shows. All right. So this statement is filled with omissions. Like, who are these publishers? First of all, who are they? Well, Randy Bachman would be one of them. Burton Cummings would be another one. You know, the guys who are in the original Guess Who. And then they throw the venues under the bus. Well, they've caused some venues to decide not to proceed with scheduled shows. Why? Because maybe the venues don't want to be sued by the publishers of these songs. There has been a moratorium put on anyone performing the music of the publishers, meaning Burton Cummings and Randy Bachman. This is what Randy Bachman had to say about this. Burton and I are the ones who wrote the songs and made the records. It's Burton's voice and my guitar playing on those albums. Anyone presenting and promoting themselves as the Guess Who are clones who are ripping off our fans and tainting the legacy of the band. It's about time for the real story to come out. He's right. Okay. These guys, by the way, don't sound anything like the original Guess Who. That's a big part of the problem here. But it's also, I don't know, after a while, I think the guys who create this happened with the Little River Band. They get irritated. They're thinking, okay, maybe this will run its course. They own the name, but how long will they do this for? Well, I've been told by industry insiders that the money is so good. The money, the kind of money these guys make just doing one concert. I mean, look at these ticket prices. You look at your ticket, says the Guess Who on it, right? Now, the band does have, or this other band, this newer band, does have the rights to the name of the band. And they have a new album out there, right? So let's go back. We'll find out here what Burton Cummings had to say, but let's go back to what the Guess Who, the band calling themselves the Guess Who, because they can legally, had to say about venues canceling shows. They say, in the meantime, our new album, Plein d'Amour, along with 8 new videos of those songs, can be enjoyed on our social media and website. We are looking forward to performing those songs for you at future shows. Thanks to all our fans for your support of the Guess Who. So, are they going to go out and just perform the Plein d'Amour album? Now, they have another new band album that came out a few years ago. And I'm wondering if either Queen or Cheap Trick has heard their current material, because I think there could be another lawsuit pending, right? But let's go back to see what Burton Cummings had to say. With this lawsuit, Randy and I hope to set the record straight and protect fans from imposters trying to rewrite history. Randy Bachman and Burton Cummings, who are the originals. This is, again, I think all they're trying to do at this point is protect the legacy, protect what these guys created, because this doesn't sound anything like what they created. I don't think they get anything from the concerts. They do obviously get publishing, but they're willing to forego the publishing, which is a big step to stop this band. Burton Cummings goes on. He says, even after we're gone, the legacy of the Guess Who will live on, and we want to make sure that legacy is restored and preserved truthfully. Truthfully. Wow. So while the case is still pending, Cummings terminated the performing rights agreements of all songs he wrote, like American Woman and These Eyes, by removing copyright protections. The band can still keep performing, but they can't play Cummings songs. If they do, they'll face legal action for every occurrence. Wow. So again, this is kind of like as the Guess Who turns. And in this case, folks, I really do believe that Randy Bachman and Burton Cummings are in the right here. And bands that come along and sort of steal the legacy of the old guys, they don't give much credit to anybody. And in addition to that, this band doesn't sound anything like the original Guess Who. And that's a problem for me as a casual fan, as a serious fan of both Randy and Burton. I just think that this band should stop. They shouldn't continue as the Guess Who. They do have the rights to the name, but if they can't play the songs, what good is the name? You know, we're the Guess Who, but we can't play any of those songs you came to hear. So we're going to play our new album from start to finish, which doesn't sound anything like the original Guess Who. Nobody's playing that music on the radio. And by the way, as a footnote, I didn't mind that album, except for the fact it sounded like Cheap Trick and Queen. But, you know, as far as music and is it melodic? Is it interesting? Yeah, it would be cool if they just changed the name from the Guess Who to something else, and then, you know, performed their new material and tried to build a legacy that way. But it's so much more lucrative to play the old music and pretend that you're the old band. And a lot of today's casual fans, we've been over this a lot, they don't know. They don't know. Believe it or not, there are people that don't know who Burton Cummings is. They're like, yeah, I love American Woman. Lenny Kravitz did that. Lenny Kravitz, by the way, in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, the Guess Who is not. You know, it would be cool if they inducted the Guess Who, because then Randy and Burton would have to show up, because they're the ones being inducted into the Hall of Fame and not, you know, this other band. So could solve a few problems, could embarrass a few people. Grab your popcorn. It would be really entertaining. All right. Lone Rider, Sundown, fantastic album, very derivative of the whole Bad Company, classic Paul Rodgers era. Steve Overland, he really loves the original Bad Company, going back to even music from Free, which is the band that came before Bad Company with Paul Rodgers and Simon Kirke in it. And again, this is just phenomenal, and no copyright infringements, nothing going on here. This is just good music. People need some good music to listen to. And there you have it. Thanks for watching. God bless everyone. Please pray for peace in the Middle East and around the world and in your own heart. And I will see you soon.